Welcome back to another episode of the From Half Court Sports Talk Show with Darren and Rob. I'm Rob. That's Darren. We've been covering the AFC East recently. We have one more team to do left in the AFC East. That's the division winners from last year, the Buffalo Bills. So, how do you feel about the Buffalo Bills offseason and their draft from last year, Darren?
I'm not. So honestly, I like their draft picks. I think that corner out of Florida is a very good corner. I think it's a cornerstone for them. I like James Cook out of Georgia. I want to see what that ends up being with their running game. They did lose their offensive coordinator, so I think that's a big blow. I think he's going to really light it up for the Giants. Go watch our Giants video. Uh, but yeah, I think they had a good offseason, also bringing in Von Miller, also a big pickup for them. Two-time Super Bowl champion, one-time Super Bowl MVP. I think those are big things for him and his team. But yeah, I think they're going to have a really good season.
The Bills on paper should be one of the best teams in NFL. So here's my thing about Josh Allen going into this year. In our previous videos, in our Jets video and our Dolphins video, I talked about how both those quarterbacks, Tua and Jalen Hurts, are on the hot seat. Uh, Obviously, Josh Allen's not on the hot seat, but I think he's on the hot seat from the standpoint of getting over that hump. And
Oh,
I
stop.
don't want to say a hot seat as in they're going to move on from him, but I think we got to. I think we're going to look at him differently if he doesn't get
You're
to
wrong.
like a Super Bowl this year.
You're wrong.
Um, Especially if they go get Odell Beckham Jr. What's holding them back from winning? Like I feel like they're gonna waste his whole career, his whole prime, this whole team
That's right.
to win a Super Bowl. Their time to win a Super Bowl is right now. If they're not winning it now or within the next 3 years, what the fuck are they doing? It's a failed experiment, and they might have to blow this whole thing up.
Answer the question up.
Go ahead.
So there's no blowing this up. That's one. There's no hot seat, and getting over the hump is a good place to be for him where he's at. Um, if there's anything
You froze.
holding this to your question, it would be the
Hold
fact
on,
that
Darren. Hold on. All right, go ahead. You froze. Start
they don't
over.
have a real run game.
Start over. We didn't hear any of that.
If there's anything holding this team back to answer your question, is they don't have a real run game. Josh Allen is the run game. So that's why I'm excited to see what James Cook can bring to this offense. I got to see if they're a better run blocking offensive line.
I see what you're saying, but in these past like 3 years, we watched the Buffalo Bills play. They've never been a good run team, and they do a lot out of the shotgun. So unless Josh Allen starts going under center a lot more, I don't see them. I don't see this working right away with James Cook. It gives me Clyde Edwards-Helaire vibes with the Chiefs.
Okay, fair. Uh, can't even debate that. But you also got to understand that will be what's holding them back. When Cleveland has a good running game and now they have the quarterback situation, the AFC is really stacked. The Chargers, they have Austin Eckler and Justin Herbert, so they're still a team. The Raiders got Josh Jacobs and their weapon. So you see what I'm saying? Like the AFC is stacked. I don't think that you can just say, "Oh, he needs to get over this hump." All of a sudden, this is not the
Well, you
AFC is not an easy test.
it's not easy, but you have the team to do it. You got to
A
do it.
lot of teams have the team to do it. That's my whole point. There's a couple teams that have the team to do it.
Yeah, but he's been on the cusp of that winning the AFC championship, getting to the Super Bowl, possibly winning a Super Bowl for too long. It's been
For
too
two
long.
years. It's been 2 years.
3.
2, 3 years. I don't know how many
He's
times
got to do
they
it,
made
man.
it.
If not now, when? That's my question.
I agree with you, and I want to see them at some point get there. But I think you're putting a lot of pressure on.
But I think it's deserved pressure. When you have quarterbacks like
They
Joe
just lost
Burrow,
their offensive coordinator on top of it.
when
Can we calm down a little bit?
when you have quarterbacks like Joe Burrow getting to the Super Bowl in year two, Lamar Jackson's going to have a healthy running game this year. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. The Raiders got better. The Chargers got better. I
Broncos.
think if not now, when? Because those teams are still going to be better 2-3 years from now, and it's still going to be hard. You got to
Look,
win
I'm not.
now. If not
I
now, you got to change something. Change coaches, uh, change
get a new offensive
schemes, change
coordinator. They just, bro, come on, bro.
something. Something needs to change.
They just got a new offensive coordinator. He just stepped up. I think he was the QB coach. Can we see what he puts on the field, please? Before we just say,
How many years does he get?
hold up. Huh?
How many years does he get?
What, the new offensive coordinator?
Yes.
How many years does he get?
How many years does he get? Because
I don't
this team
know.
is
I don't
ready to
know.
win now.
No,
He
this
has
ain't my team.
everything. He has
I don't
everything
know,
that
man.
you would need.
He doesn't have a running game.
But this team never sought out a run game. They're
Just
comfortable keeping Josh Allen in
they
shotgun.
didn't. No, that's a bull. That's a bull John. That's a bull John. They
What?
drafted Singletary and they drafted Zach Moss. Nobody's panning out for them. That could be an offensive line issue or it could be them. I don't know, but they don't have a run game.
I
That's
think it's a
fact.
scheme issue at the end of the day.
All right, whatever you say. Fair.
All
Depth.
right. So let's go
Sure.
ahead and start moving into their team. We just talked about Josh Allen. So let's talk about this running back situation. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Uh, how do you feel about their running backs coming into this year?
Like I said, they don't have too much of a run game. Nobody really has breakaway speed. I'm going to see what James Cook got. I don't know if he does have breakaway speed, but Devin Singletary had a better season last year, I would say, at certain points. But I don't really believe in their run game besides Josh Allen or like that.
I agree with you. I don't expect him to run the ball a lot. I expect him to still stay in shotgun and do like a lot of read options with Josh Allen. The run game is Josh Allen, but he is really good at running the football. We'll see if they're able to get over that hump this year. I think the run game is going to decide that because I feel like they have everything else. Um, how do you feel about their receiving core?
Of course, these boys are they nice. They're nice. I like the Jameson Crowder picked up. I like the Jameson Crowder pickup. I think Gabriel Davis is a dog. I think those 4 touchdowns he had in, I'm not sure if a playoff game or just a game in general. I think he's a dog. Isaiah McKenzie still got breakaway speed. Stephon Diggs, I don't need to speak about. One of the best people off the break, one of the best route runners, just a great receiver. Catches anything pretty much thrown in his direction. Dawson Knox is a really emerged as a really good tight end early on last year. You throw that in with OJ Howard, expectations for him, his whole career, and his career was in Tampa Bay. I want to see if Josh Allen and Buffalo Bills can use him more of that athletic tight end build. But yeah, that's how I feel.
My question for you is: should the Bills pay Gabriel Davis? Because I think he's gonna attract a lot of money during for his free agency that's coming up, I believe, after at the end of this season. So do you think they should pay him, or do you think they should not?
I don't know. I'm gonna be 100%. I don't know how to deal with those situations. I'm not in their cap room. Obviously, they just paid Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. I think is Gabriel Davis. If you pay him, you still pay Von Miller. You promised him a lot of money, a lot of years. You got Traymon Edmonds at middle linebacker that you probably got paid. Ed Oliver. I don't know, bro. I'm not sure how their cap room really works. But I would pay him not like a number one tight end, number one receiver, but yes, I would pay him.
So I'm gonna disagree with you. I don't think you should pay him. I think he's just gonna cost too much money. I'm assuming he's gonna go around for 15 to 17 million dollars. I think that's a lot of money to give a receiver. I think at some point during the season they're going to call Odell Beckham for a mercenary contract.
Bro, this
I
dude.
think he's going to have a real impact on this team, and I think he's going to be the thing that puts him over the edge. That second superstar receiver that puts him over the
Okay,
edge in the AFC to get him to the AFC Championship to get him to that
how
Super
does
Bowl.
that? I'm sorry, because you started this with Payne and Gabriel Davis. How does that affect Gabriel Davis's contract a year from now?
I don't think it does. I just wouldn't pay Gabriel Davis because you already have a really good receiving room, but Stephon Diggs, I would rather go into the
You
draft
named
and get
one
somebody.
person.
Yeah, I think Stephon Diggs is that good. Um,
He's the whole room.
no, I think Josh Allen makes everybody else better. I think we saw that last year.
I don't know. I can easily draw up a contract for Gabriel Davis like Henry Ruggs. Not Henry Ruggs. Not Henry. I'm sorry. Hunter Renfro. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was so
Where you
confused.
get where he gets 2 years, 34 million, 2 years, 30 million, something like that.
So a short term deal, but a lot of money.
I can easily draw that up for him.
I wouldn't give him a lot of money.
I don't know what you're talking about. I
15 to
just don't.
17 million a year.
Receivers are getting paid like crazy amounts, like 20 million, 20 some odd million a year.
I would shoot for something around 12 to 13 long term.
I'm okay. What do we say?
My point is I wouldn't overpay to keep him.
I think you're splitting hairs, to be honest with you. Because if you give them that money, you're giving them more years. We're talking about more. You're giving them more money at some point. Like you see what I'm saying? Like you just said try
Well,
to lock them up for the long term over like a 12 or 13 year
let me put it
billion
like
or
this: I don't think this team needs Gabriel Davis as much as
you're
Gabriel
wrong. You're
Davis
wrong. You're wrong.
needs
Okay,
this
you're
team.
wrong. That's where you lose me. They need another receiver next to him, like next to Stephon Diggs.
And I think Odell was going to be that guy to put them over the cap.
For
I don't
years, for
think
multiple years.
no for this year, winning this year.
So what happened? No, that's where you keep on losing. They're not paying Gabriel Davis in the middle of the season. They're going to pay him at the end of the season or when he comes up for free agency.
Well, so
We're
that's
talking about next to Stephon Diggs next year. That's what you're asking me. You're not asking me about this year and Odell being there.
so they're trying to work out a contract. They're trying to get a contract done with them during this season. Uh, so they could pay him this season, but I don't think they should overpay for them. I'd rather bring in an Odell on a mercenary contract and go draft something next year. Get something young in there.
You can
Um,
still draft somebody.
just
I'm
don't
sorry.
overpay him. At the end of the day, that's my point. Don't overpay to keep this receiver. People are trying to overpay receivers too much, and the receiver market's going disgusting right now. It's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely disgusting. So I want to get bought into that hype. I'll let him go see what he can make on the market, which is probably a lot more money. Might be able to get like 18 to 20 million on the market. So
All right, fair. Let's
I
go
just
to
don't
the
want to
defense.
overpay him. How do you feel about the offensive line?
Need to get better at run blocking, but I'm not about to get into that.
What do you think they ranked last year?
What was that?
What do you think they ranked last year?
This looks like middle of the pack.
Do you agree with that? And do you have high hopes for them coming into this season?
Not really. I just think that they're a decent offensive line.
All right. Let's talk about their defense. How do you feel about their defense coming into the year?
I like the pieces. Obviously, Von Miller is that big pack, that big signing. He's gonna make the job easier for Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, and others. I think Traymon Edmonds is a really good middle linebacker. Really good middle linebacker. Don't get enough love. Undersized, if you ask me. Tre'Davious,
You're going to repeat everything you said. You cut out.
everything.
Up to after Von Miller. Talk
All
about
right.
Von Miller. Repeat everything after that.
Like I said, he's gonna make the job easier for everybody else. Traymon Edmonds is a really good middle linebacker. I don't think he gets enough love. I think he's undersized, but he doesn't get enough love. Tre'Davious White is a solid corner. I just can't wait for him to get healthy again. And their back half is still their back half. Really solid middle line or safeties and corners.
I love this defense coming into the year. I love their back half. If they can get healthy, Jordan Poirier, I don't know how to pronounce his name, and Tre'Davious White, if they can stay healthy throughout this year, I think Von Miller is exactly what they needed as a pass rusher. I think that makes this defense one of the top 5 defenses in the league, if not top 3. And I think that's what really pushes this team forward into winning a possible AFC championship and a possible Super Bowl.
Most definitely, very good defense.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at their schedule for this year. They start off week 1 versus the Los Angeles Rams.
Plus, yeah. Yeah, they're the Thursday. They're the opener game. Um, very tough opener. Uh, I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams to actually win this game. I just don't think Tre'Davious White is going to be healthy at this point. So I think that's a big blow, especially with Cooper Kupp and Allen Robinson. So I think I'm gonna take the Rams with this one.
I'm going to agree with you about taking the Rams, but for different reasons. I think Jalen Ramsey is going to be able to take Stephon Diggs out of the game and make the game easier on their pass rush to get there. So I like the Rams in this game. And the Bills are also tend to start slow that first couple weeks into the season. Uh, so I like the Rams in this game. Week 2 versus the Tennessee Titans. In a Monday night game, I like the Titans in this game. I really like their run game. I think that's what's going to beat. Um, it's going to beat the Buffalo Bills. I don't think they're unless the Buffalo Bills are able to contain Derrick Henry and force him to throw the ball. I don't see the Bills winning this game, so I'll take the Tennessee Titans.
I'm gonna take the Titans as well. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bills. I just think no AJ Brown is going to be tough for the Titans.
Week 3, at the Miami Dolphins.
They'll beat the Miami right here. Miami's a good team, but Buffalo will have everything clicking at this point, especially if they lose those first 2 games.
I agree with you. I think they're just a better team on paper. No matter how much we love Mike McDaniel's in Miami, he's still a first year NFL head coach, and we're going to see some of rookie quote unquote mistakes this year from him. So I take the Bills to win this game. Week 4 at the Baltimore Ravens. I think this is going to be a great game. I like Lamar in this game. I like Lamar on that offense. Baltimore still has a really good defense. I think they'll play solid enough to be able to win this game and get out of there with the win. So I'll take Baltimore.
Um, I understand what you're saying. I think I'm gonna take Baltimore as well. Good running game, same, pretty much same reasons.
Week 5 at versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think they'll beat the Steelers.
Um, Last year when we beat them, I think we caught them early. Like I said, they don't start the season off really well. But I thought we had a really good scheme to contain Stephon Diggs, and that really helped us a lot. I think Cam Sutton looked like a superstar receiver. I'm sorry, a superstar corner in that game. But this far into the season, I think the Bills are going to catch fire, and be on a hot streak. While I'm not afraid of whatever our defense, I don't like our offense versus their defense in this game, and I think that's what's really going to hurt us. What Von Miller's plays on the left side, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like our right tackle against Von Miller in that game uh at all, honestly. So I'll take the Bills to win that game.
Week 6 versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
So here's the thing. I really like the Chiefs in this game, but that's only because the Chiefs are at home. Um, I would if Tariq Hill was still here, I'll call this game a shootout. But Tariq Hill isn't there anymore. I really want to see Juju versus a number one corner. To see what Juju is like in their offense. I think Juju's stats are definitely going to go up, but I don't think the Chiefs have the firepower and a good enough defense to keep up with Buffalo. I think on paper Buffalo's a better team coming into the season, so I'll take the Bills.
Toss up. I'm gonna take the Chiefs though.
Week 7 is a bye. In week 8 they play the Green Bay Packers. This is I forget the same exact feeling that I got from the Kansas City game. Rodgers lost one of his biggest weapons. I think that's really going to play an impact on this game. The defense is just too damn good in Buffalo, so Buffalo should be able to scheme up something to get out of well, not get out of Green Bay, to be able to beat this Green Bay team. I'll take the Bills in this game as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills. They're at home, and I think they just have the better weapons at receiver.
Week 9 at the New York Jets.
They'll beat the Jets.
I agree. Week 10 versus the Minnesota Vikings. I think this is going to be a really good game. Unfortunately, I don't think Kirk Cousins is a good enough quarterback to win this game for the Minnesota Vikings, so I'll take the Bills to win this game.
Once again, I'm gonna take the Bills again. At home.
Week 11 versus the Cleveland Browns.
Tough game. Especially if Deshaun Watson is there. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. If Deshaun Watson is there, they'll win it. Or if Deshaun Watson is there, Cleveland will win it. If he's not there, the Bills will win it.
I agree with you that it's going to be a tough game. I think the Cleveland's really good at playing ball control football, but I think the Bills just have too much talent on their team to lose. I'll take the Bills to win this game. Week 12 versus the Detroit Lions.
But yeah,
At the Detroit Lions.
they're gonna beat Detroit.
I actually take Detroit in this game in some type of Thanksgiving miracle. I don't know the last time Detroit actually won on Thanksgiving, but I think they should be able to pull some miracle victory out in this game, or they're gonna get blown out. But I'll take Detroit in this game. Week 13 at New England.
They'll beat New England.
I think this is going to be a closer game than what the media is going to give it credit for. I really like this game to be a really close, bloody dogfight of a game. And if that's the case, I expect New England to have a chance. But at the end of the day, Buffalo Bills just have more talent. I'll take the Bills. Week 14 versus the New York Jets. They should beat
They're
the
going to
Jets.
beat the Jets.
Week 15 versus Miami.
They're going to beat Miami.
I think the Dolphins head coach is after playing the Buffalo Bills the first time. I think he's going to learn what they're trying to do over there, and he's going to be able to scheme something up to pull out a victory in this game. I'll take the Dolphins in this game.
If they do, it's running the ball. Miami's running the ball.
Week 16 at Chicago. I think they beat Chicago.
They beat Chicago.
Week 17 at Cincinnati.
They beat Cincinnati.
I actually like the Bengals in this game. I think they have a really good chance of winning this game. It's a Monday night game. Jamar Chase goes for a bunch of yards. Week 18.
Tre'Davious White. That's disrespectful shit. Tre'Davious White is too good.
Jamar Chase has dominated high-level safeties
Tre'Davious
in
White
his
has
rookie
dominated
year
receivers.
in his rookie year. And how many yards did Jamar Chase go on Tre'Davious White last year?
They play last year?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
All right then. I don't know because I don't know if they played last year.
I think he went for 100 plus yards. So
I
like
don't
the
know
Bengals
if
in
they played
that
last
game.
year. You don't even know if they played last year.
Week 18 versus the New England Patriots. I think they beat New England because
They're beating New England.
All right. So wrapping up, how do you feel about the Bills going into the season?
Great season is about the playoffs for them. Get there, and one game at a time. But it's definitely about the playoffs for them.
AFC Championship or bust. I have high expectations for the Buffalo Bills. All right. Let us know down below. Do you think it's a boom or bust year for the Bills? Do you think it's an AFC Championship or bust for the Bills? What do you think the Bills' record is going to be for this year? Let us know in the comment section down below. And thank you for watching another episode of the From Half Court Sports Talk Show. We have 2 more divisions left that we have to do, the AFC West and the AFC North.
Best
So
division.
check in next week for that.